Get ready to step into the past as we take a journey through time. We're offering a deep 10-minute dive into the life of the legendary Napoleon Bonaparte. Our journey begins with his early life as a boy in Corsica and follows his ascendance to becoming the formidable Emperor of France. We'll touch on his pivotal battles, the remarkable victories, and the notable defeats. This video is a treasure trove for anyone passionate about history or individuals with a thirst for knowledge. Don't hesitate, jump in and join us as we navigate the currents of history. Embark on this exhilarating voyage as we meticulously unravel the enigmatic life of the legendary Napoleon Bonaparte. In merely a few moments, become engrossed in the captivating chronicle of how this military genius rose from obscurity during the post-revolutionary turbulence to seize control of France, transforming it into a formidable European power. Witness firsthand his lasting impact on legal and educational domains through the revolutionary Napoleonic Code, which altered the political landscape and resonates even today. In addition, accompany Napoleon on his audacious conquests through Europe, where he single-handedly forged a vast empire. As we delve deeper, we will also scrutinize his strategic prowess, the intricate web of his interpersonal relations, and attempt to unravel the enigma that was Napoleon's psyche. Ultimately, we seek to understand the enduring legacy left by this exceptional leader whose influence has transcended the boundaries of time and geography. Uniting history buffs and curious observers alike, this succinct yet enthralling narrative promises to provide a comprehensive insight into the extraordinary life of the ultimate master tactician, Napoleon Bonaparte. Throughout his boyhood in Corsica, away from the sophistication and intrigues of Central Europe, Napoleon had honed his intellect with an insatiable curiosity that led him to absorb every bit of knowledge he could lay his hands on. His fascination for military strategies was inherent, and he was equally adept at grasping the nuances of politics, proving early on his versatility in handling complex issues. His parents, his father, the political enthusiast, and his mother, the steadfast protector, fostered his innate talents and fueled his ambitions. Recognizing the unyielding flame of determination in him, they presented him with all possible avenues for growth and education to ensure he had the tools necessary to shape his future. There was an air of growing expectation surrounding young Napoleon, a sense that his destiny was intertwined with something great, something monumental. As he ascended from the modest stature of his youth towards the pinnacles of power, each step echoed with the promise of a destiny that would eventually see him etch his name in golden letters in the annals of world history. Stepping away from the comfort of what he had always called home, Napoleon arrived in autumn, a city quite foreign, both culturally and linguistically. Although young, he absorbed the lessons imparted to him in this new setting, delving into the labyrinthine patterns and complex structures of strategic warfare and state politics. As he studied, his mind gravitated towards the intricate nuances of leadership, an aspect that would later define his role in history. Autumn school proved to be far more than a prescriptive curriculum for the young Napoleon. Its lessons not only expanded his knowledge but also his perspective, catalyzing his journey from a local Corsican boy to a man of global consequence. As he acclimatized to his new surroundings, conquering linguistic barriers and cultural divergences, the seed of ambition sown in Corsica started to sprout within him. Watered by newfound knowledge and strengthened by the humus of his relentless determination, the seed slowly germinated, promising the growth of a robust tree of ambition rooted in the fertile ground of his dogged spirit. The experience encapsulated not merely a geographical shift, but a monumental psychological transition that sparked the flames of an ambition that would, one day, create an emperor. Soon after, he transferred to the military academy in Brienne-le-Château. Here, he continued to shape his own destiny, honing his natural leadership skills and deepening his understanding of military science. The ardor of his ambition could not be dampened by the teasing and derision from his classmates due to his provincial accent and modest background. Instead, it served only to fuel his resolve. And it was through these experiences, the father's passionate ambition, the mother's quiet strength, the humble origins, the ridicule, and the fierce determination, a leader was born. Napoleon's leadership journey starts at the age of 16 when he joins the French army. We see him rise through the ranks quickly, thanks to his strategic brilliance and tenacity. His exceptional understanding of military tactics catapults him through the ranks, and he quickly gains prominence among his peers. By 1799, after a series of strategic maneuvers, he seizes power in a coup d'état, becoming the first consul of France. His zeal and courage are most prominently showcased with the successful execution of several high-risk campaigns across Europe, despite tremendous opposition. His military conquests and innovative approach to governance command admiration, even from his adversaries, branding him one of history's most revered military leaders. The reign of Napoleon brings about comprehensive social and political reforms, leading to what comes to be known as the Napoleonic Code, which forms the basis of much of the civil law of many countries even today. Despite facing several challenges and military defeats in his later years, his indomitable will and innovative tactics leave an indelible mark on world history, garnering him a legendary status. Napoleon's journey from a young military officer to an influential world leader signifies not just an extraordinary climb to fame, but also a testament to the power of determination and strategic acumen. Napoleon ascended the throne and held on to power through an adroit mix of popular reforms, strategic alliances, and wars meant to expand his French empire. However, Napoleon's overambition led him to his downfall. His mission to conquer Russia in the unforgiving winter of 1812 turned disastrous, drastically reducing his grand army. This marked the beginning of the end for Napoleon, and by 1814, weaker and with less support, he was exiled to the island of Elba. Despite escaping and temporarily returning to power in 1815, he was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo and spent the remainder of his life on the remote island of St. Helena. In conclusion, Napoleon's reign was a paradigm of aggressive expansionism paired with domestic reform. His legacy, albeit controversial, indisputably shaped the trajectory of world history. Who can forget Napoleon's famous battles? Dive into the strategy behind some of his most famous victories, like the Battle of Austerlitz, where he single-handedly took down the Third Coalition. But Napoleon's military prowess extended far beyond Austerlitz. Discover the cunning tactics used in the Battle of Marengo, where he managed to outmaneuver the Austrians and seize a decisive victory. Or explore the ferocious Battle of Leipzig, also known as the Battle of Nations, where Napoleon's Grand Army faced off against a combination of European powers. Despite his ultimate defeat, these battles serve as a testament to the ingenuity and determination of one of history's most renowned generals. Delve into the intricacies of these thrilling confrontations and witness the true power of Napoleon's tactical brilliance. Immerse yourself in an exploration of Napoleon's storied exploits that are imbued with strategic excellence and a display of sheer determination that is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Napoleon's prowess was not just limited to the legendary Battle of Austerlitz, where he masterminded the downfall of the formidable Third Coalition. His brilliance echoes throughout the annals of military history with an array of remarkable victories. Each battle being a lecture in strategic planning and execution, the Battle of Marengo is an exemplary instance where Napoleon's shrewd maneuvers led to an overwhelming defeat of the Austrians, cementing his place as a tactical genius. Even in the monumental Battle of Leipzig, also christened as the Battle of Nations, Napoleon's Grand Army showcased indomitable valor against a unified front of diverse European powers. Despite the ultimate defeat encountered, the tactical intelligence displayed and the bravery wielded by his forces portrayed the sheer ingenuity characteristic of Napoleon's command. These significant battles are the ultimate testament to the valor, determination, and strategic brilliance of one of history's most preeminent generals. Analyzing these battles presents a riveting journey into these thrilling confrontations that exhibit Napoleon's remarkable military acumen. Each battle scenario provides a fascinating insight into the unparalleled strength and innovative tactics of Napoleon's grandeur in warfare. Continuing beyond the legendary Battle of Leipzig, the prowess of Napoleon's strategies can also be seen during the evocative scenes of the Peninsula War. Here, French forces locked horns with the combined British, Spanish, and Portuguese armies. The war on the Iberian Peninsula further exemplifies Napoleon's ambitious expansionist policies and his ability to engage multiple fronts. His legacy includes the implementation of the Napoleonic Code, which had a lasting impact on the laws of several European nations. Even after his armies were vanquished and he was exiled to Elba, Napoleon's influence could be felt in the ripples through European political and military practices. His return during the 100 Days and the subsequent climactic confrontation at the Battle of Waterloo further cements Napoleon's reputation as a relentless warrior whose name and tactics are studied with reverence and keen interest even centuries later. Finally, we delve into the fall of this giant. From the disastrous invasion of Russia to his final defeat at Waterloo, discover how the mighty Napoleon met his end. The once triumphant emperor, renowned for his extraordinary military acumen, couldn't withstand the punishing impact of strategic missteps, frayed alliances, and the sheer power of his enemies. The enormous loss of men, resources, and morale during the brutal Russian winter and the subsequent coalition forces that arose against him eventually sealed Napoleon's fate. His tireless efforts to cling to power could not overcome the quagmire he had created, forcing him into exile and ultimately to his demise. Delve deep into the intricate web of events and decisions that marked the fall of this legendary titan and learn valuable lessons that echo through history. Despite achieving significant military victories in the early stages of his rule, Napoleon couldn't sustain the winning streak. His insatiable ambition led him towards a path from which rebound was practically impossible. Across the frozen landscapes of Russia, his grand army witnessed massive losses in both human lives and morale. This unfruitful expedition marked the beginning of the end, irreversibly damaging the illusion of his invincibility. His second mistake, perhaps as disastrous as the first, was to raise an army of inexperienced soldiers after his catastrophic defeat in Russia. Napoleon had underestimated the capacity of other European powers to amalgamate against him. Driven to desperation by his unending thirst for power, he met his final defeat at Waterloo, a battle that echoed the final tolling bells of his reign. The titan that was Napoleon Bonaparte met an undignified end on the isolated island of St. Helena. Stripped off of his glory, power, and dignity, his final days served as a somber reminder of the invincibility he once boasted. The fall of this titan was a tale of pride, ambition, and ultimate downfall, an immortal lesson in the annals of history. Let's wrap up with a glimpse of Napoleon's final years, a once mighty emperor exiled to the remote island of St. Helena, where he lived out the last of his days. During this time, he focused on writing his memoirs to set the record straight about his time in power. Napoleon continued to assert his innocence, blaming his downfall on the betrayal of his closest allies and the vested interests of other European powers. Though no longer wielding any political significance, Napoleon remained a potent symbol of power and greatness in the eyes of many. His influence transcended borders, with people across the world closely monitoring the news of his exile and eventual death in 1821. The news of his demise was met with a mix of relief, sadness, and admiration, as the world came to terms with the end of an era marked by his rule. Despite his ignominious end, Napoleon's legacy continues to shape the modern world. His ideas on education, governance, and civil laws laid the foundation for various political and social institutions in Europe and beyond. His reign, though marred by conflict and tyranny, remains a testament to the indomitable human spirit and the relentless pursuit of ambition. Even in his final years, exiled and alone, Napoleon's greatness remained undiminished, ensuring his place among history's most impactful figures. Swallowed by the great expanse of the South Atlantic Ocean, St. Helena acted as Napoleon's secluded prison. Its remarkable isolation, combined with the vigilant British guards, ensured he would never escape. This remote island, with its rugged cliffs and vast blue surrounds, was a far cry from the opulent palaces and grand war fields he once commanded. Indeed, Napoleon's situation had changed dramatically. Here, in this extreme confinement, he was left to melancholy reminiscences. Time became his sole companion. Days filled with tedious routine, silent meals, and endless hours of solitude were punctuated only by his diaries and memoirs. The once formidable leader now spent his time jotting down notes of his past glories, injecting life into old war stories. These were the echoes of his lost empire, memories he clung to in the cool desolation of his exiled existence. His health gradually deteriorated. The once vibrant and audacious emperor, bruised by the hardness of his exile, succumbed to the remorseless passing of time. His final years in St. Helena were marked by physical deterioration and declining mental health, but also by a peculiar tranquility encapsulating his acceptance of the inevitable fate. The death of the man who once tamed nations rang a silent toll in the isolated wildness of St. Helena. But though his life seeped away quietly on this forgotten island, Napoleon's legacy continued to live on, painting a vivid picture of his undying grandeur across the tapestry of history. Embark on an exciting adventure by pressing the subscribe button and explore the wonders that await. Discover the hidden gems and join us on this incredible voyage. Don't forget to like, share, and undoubtedly subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in, and let's journey through this historical wave side by side.